Okay.
Okay, hi.
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 Okay. Hello. Good evening. So, my name is Vinod Raj Anak Laki Disney Wasagam. My matric number is 180720.
My name is Prem Kumar Analikinathan. Uh, my name is Chun Wei En with matric number 178508.
My name is Leong Shui Zhang.
My name is Tan Ling Yao and my matric number will be 778000.
My name is Shamini Auni binti Mirza. My metric number is 1789800. Sorry.
Okay. So today we're going to discuss on the topic of who should take responsibility to control the dengue outbreak. So, from my opinion, from my point of view, I think the parents, the friends, school, and the government, everyone should actually uh, be held responsible because they all have the responsibility to educate the community, mainly on the risks. Because many people are not aware that the second time you are infected with dengue, there's a risk of death. So people are just thinking that as long as they can cure me, I'm okay because many people have gotten dengue and they are okay. So that's one thing that needs to be explained, needs to be educated to the public. So
I agree with you, but I think that the education part, from my point of view, that not only the risk that should be taught to the students and to the society, but also the government and the parents, schools also need to taught also need to teach the children about how to prevent from dengue cases and diseases, because most people doesn't actually aware of how they need to uh, prevent this disease. They doesn't actually know how to what step they need to do, because usually they doesn't really take care of their personal hygiene and that.
so prevention steps that need to be
Yeah,
taken.
prevention is better than cure.
So,
Uh, Probably I not very agree with your two people point because I think that individual who is mainly which they have to do their own part in this control the dengue because no matter how others teach you or what government do, most is depend on the individual. So I think individual is very important in doing their part. So probably individual have to like the house outside the house they have jar, water jar and some aquarium. Some aquarium they didn't even have the fish, but just have the water. Okay, you know. So the water if they have keep store at there very long time ago, then they take care of the mosquito. So individual have to sensitive on their house where have the storing water which is unused. So have to eliminate the water lah. That's what I think.
yeah, I agree with you, but don't you think that we are supposed to create an awareness first? Give them the awareness that this thing is going to create harm, so then they will know that now I should clean because now I know the risk of this.
Education.
So you should educate them. Why you should give them a reason to clean. You should give them a reason to have the initiative in the first place.
Yeah,
I think that is a quite very good initiative. Right?
I agree with Enoch say just now. He say that not we have to write the awareness first. Then let them know why we have to take this kind of step to prevent the dengue. So I think the better step is like the enforcement of law. The government should take responsibility to to enforcement of law, like create an operation team to every house to check their housing area to see whether is it the water left and to what to have to clean out, yeah, make sure everyone to clean their housing area so that to prevent the production productive of the dengue. Yes.
Can you know what type of law you mean? Example, what law?
But giving them someone if we can if the operation team
Or
found out
someone like how much quota like
It should be
this
maximum
quota?
at least
It should be
20,000.
enough to make them scared of.
yeah.
I think 2,000 should be a good amount because you're actually when we pay for a thing and we get the benefit, we'll be happy. When we pay for something that we didn't do and we feel very bad in our heart. So then only you will be more aware on the next time. So lesson will be learned from there.
Well, I have to say that I totally agree with what Wei have just said. Government should be held the most responsibility for the dengue outbreak. This is because they are think that the government, as organization that is controlling the country, they have the most they have the most budget and the power also to take more effective precaution steps to control this dengue outbreak. One of the example is fogging. Fogging requires a lot of money and manpower to do that. And as an individual and as education leaders, I mean not education, as parents or friends, or they couldn't do this kind of prevention. Only government can do this kind of prevention. And also, I think that government is also should be responsible for the environment, such as cleaning the rubbish that can trap the rainwater, which will provide a perfect breeding ground for mosquitoes. So, in my opinion, I think the government should be held the most responsibility in controlling the dengue outbreak. So, how about you, Frank?
Okay, I agree with all of you that everyone has a role to play to overcome to combat the number of rising dengue cases in our country. But in my opinion, I agree with these two people that government should play a vital role in combating the number of dengue cases in our country. Why do I feel that government is the most responsible person? Because government is the highest authority of our country. They are the one implementing so many policies treated as law in our country. So therefore, what government can do actually is that they can start from the base, for which they must conduct awareness campaign. Because nowadays we have a campaign, awareness campaign, but it doesn't function. So to make it more function, the government should select a speaker to explain to the people who are coming to the awareness campaign in detail so that the message can be sent to them clearly. And they also must have exhibitions showing the symptoms, the people who are affected, the photos and everything to view by the others. Definitely when we see that kind of photos, we will scan and we will take the prevention measure as soon as possible rather than delaying it. And I would like to elaborate what you say that creating an operation team. In my opinion, government should select at least 3 health inspector to go to every district. For example, Petaling Jaya, that district, to go all the housing compound at least 2 times a week to monitor the cleanliness of the area. If they find that any of them are not doing their job, they should be punished on the spot, or you can punish the entire compound because not everyone is reckless about the cleanliness of the compound. So I believe government is the most influential
So
person.
you're saying that let's say for example the children's playground in a certain housing area is not clean, where the water is pooling around and it's a breeding area uh, for mosquitoes. So you're saying that if this thing is happening, who do you think is to be blamed? Because the whole community there is not responsible. So who do you think is going to be having to pay this summon?
What I feel that we as people in the community, as a people like me itself, I don't do a thing until it happens to me. Do you understand what I mean? Meaning that if we are always reckless about the surrounding environment, so the people who can control us, the government, they should be more stricter to us. When someone is very strict and order to you, definitely we will follow.
If someone is not stricter and not doing anything, we don't care about the environment until things happen to us.
Yeah, so my question is who, because they propose that you're going to summon these people because they are not clean, because they didn't take the prevention steps. So, like I said earlier, if the playground is
Public
the
area.
place that is affected, so who is to be blamed? Who are you going to summon?
I think it's the organization in that
That housing
resident
area.
area.
So you're going to. What if the area doesn't have an organization? What if they're just staying
I
as
think
individuals?
each house
Yeah, I
needs to be
think
financed.
yeah, I think it goes back to education. We need to teach them how to be
Yeah,
civilized.
because
How to-
I always heard that people are outraging because there are hogging everywhere
Yeah,
and they're disturbing them
the
because they don't understand it's
for their
important,
own.
their own goodness.
So
I agree also the government should make a priority to control the environment. Because normally nowadays, individual is very busy with their
yeah,
work and they don't care about the environment.
Not everyone is such so responsible.
Majority, right?
They know, but they don't do.
They want to do, they
yeah.
want to do.
And let's say like you were saying individual effort, right? Maybe your neighbor is the one who's not hygiene, who's not practicing these proper prevention methods. So in a way, you as his neighbor are going to be affected by his uncleanliness. So yes, individual effort is also very important. But if individuals fail to do, then the government has to step in. So
So what we not say that our neighbor, if they don't, if they are not clean, but we are clean. So I would say that maybe we can advise them like this. Always we try with a soft approach. We start with a soft approach. So we try to advise them because sometimes people will listen to you. Sometimes people will not. Then only I think the government should step in. So we start with a small scale that we just advise to them. If not, then we try to meet all the authorities, especially the organization.
I think that the government should be held responsibility to control the dengue outbreak. Don't you guys think?
Yeah,
so
I couldn't agree more.
more actually everyone is responsible, but the government is the most
Yeah,
responsible.
it's the one.
So
So we all reach a agreement, right? The government should be held responsible.
should be held the most responsible.
Yeah.
Most responsible.
So,
For sure.
so in conclusion, everyone see eye to eye that government is the most important agency that must play their role to combat the number of dengue cases in our country. But for about other ideas as well, like friends and parents in school also, it should be important because we cannot put responsibility only on one party when the rest of them are just doing nothing. So same thing when goes when the rest of them getting benefit when one party do the work. So parents also must teach their children on the importance of keeping the environment clean, while the friends must teach the other friend. If the other friends are doing wrong, they must have the power because we are friends. There's no wrong in scolding your other friend because you're actually doing a good job to them. So we have more responsibility. Friends can be more friend to others than the parents, and especially school. School is the place where very important because it's where we start our education.
and also because that they are children, you can't educate children and expect them to be cleaning. Yeah. So teachers and school should
Education sector should put on more effort as well. So I believe that all of us will do our part to combat the number of dengue cases so that we can stay away from these diseases that causing so many deaths in our country. So that's all our discussion. We would like to end now. Thank you, my dear.
Okay.